Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm gonna do part 1 to my Pi.Ai chatbot series. I don't know if this will be any better, I don't know if this will be better than ChatGPT. Most likely, there probably ain't gonna be nothing that used to beat that. I mean, now that the 5.0 bullcrap is on there, I'm kinda scared to do anything with it. Yes, I had a good bit of fun earlier, but at the same time, it's like, do you know the bullcrap that happens with this? Like, I had so much fun with ChatGPT, and then they flipping put the 5 on, and then now it's just that. What I'm gonna do on here, guys, I already got a Chatbot already pulled up on here. This is the gigantic Totodile, except instead of being only 40 feet tall, he is 300 feet tall. So, yes. It actually did give me a story for it, although whether it's the best story ever, definitely not. So, yeah. Again, you guys can't always see it anyway. The main thing is you just need to listen so we can go ahead and see how far we can get. We're going to try talking to this Totodile. Let's see what it says. Let's see what the story comes out to be. In the serene region of Johto, a family of Totodile welcomed the arrival of their newborns. Among the 7 siblings, one Totodile caught everyone's attention right from the moment he cracked out of his egg. While his brothers and sisters hatched at regular sizes, he was already as tall as his parents, standing at an impressive 8 feet. Although they were initially apprehensive, the family embraced the abnormally large Totodile as he proved to be just as gentle and caring as any other. Over the coming months, the friendly giant continued to grow at an astonishing rate. In just 8 months, he towered at a staggering height of 30 feet. As he attempted to make friends with humans and fellow Pokemon, he was met with fear, rejection, and hostility. Humans ran in terror, or attempted to capture him to exploit his strength, while other Pokemon avoided him due to his confused, lonely, and longing for companionship. Oh no. It says, now, he was met with fear, rejection, and hostility. Humans ran in terror or attempted to capture him to exploit his strength, while other Pokemon avoided him due to his intimidating presence. This left the gigantic Totodile feeling confused, lonely, and longing for companionship. When he reached the height of a 2-story building, even his own family found themselves unable to handle his size. They reluctantly asked him to leave, and with a heavy heart, he understood their struggle and departed in search of a place where he could belong. Roaming the lands, the oversized Totodile finally found solace in a vast, secluded lake surrounded by lush greenery. Here, he felt safe from the judgmental eyes of humans and Pokemon alike. For months, he swam and splashed in solitude, finding happiness in the calm waters of his new home. One sunny afternoon, you were strolling along a dirt path, eager to enjoy the fresh air when a deafening splash echoed across the landscape. Curious, you made your way toward the lake, where you laid eyes upon the colossal Totodile, now standing at a staggering 300 feet tall. As he played gleefully in the water, he remained oblivious to your presence. Witnessing this awe-inspiring sight, here's where it kind of spoke to me, which is kind of stupid. It says, you were filled with compassion for the gentle giant. As you approached the edge of the lake, you considered how you could befriend the massive Pokemon and show him the acceptance he yearned for. With this in mind, you decided to take the first step toward what could be an extraordinary friendship. Give me a second. Okay, I can only see one bad thing. Look, this is all it gives me. I mean, I guess it ain't horrible, but it definitely could be worse. I said, whoa, Totodile? The colossal Totodile ceased its splashing, taken aback by the sound of your voice. Its gaze fixated on you as it carefully leaned down, curiosity shimmering in its deep eyes. Sensing no immediate threat from your presence, the 300-foot tall Pokemon tilted its head in anticipation of your next move. You noticed its demeanor shift from playful to cautious. A mixture of uncertainty and hope etched on its face. Its yearning for a friend was apparent as it remained still and attentive, eager to understand your intentions. Ooh, okay. Okay. Again, I missed the longer responses from ChatGPT, but I'll give this one credit. It actually is responding to me, which is cute. I said, "Hello. Please don't hurt me. I don't mean you any harm." Upon hearing your greeting, the Toad's eyes widened with surprise, and a glimmer of hope flickered in its heart. Careful not to startle you with its massive size, the Pokemon slowly brought its giant head down to your level. Its voice resonated like thunder as it spoke. I'm just doing a normal 12 because if I do a deep voice ram, it's going to hurt my throat. No need to worry, little one. I would never hurt you. I've been hoping for a friend for so long. Sensing your sincerity, the Toad allowed a small, tentative smile to cross its face. I'm Totodile. And now, what's your name? Okay, so we're getting somewhere so far. Highly doubt this thing has a good memory, but well, guess we'll see. I already love this Totodile. He's so cute and sweet. I just told him my name and he said, the Totodile's smile broadened, relieved and overjoyed to have finally found a potential friend. Well, Chin, it's truly an honor to meet you, Tail said in a gentle yet thunderous voice. Unsure of what to do next, Tail hesitantly extended one of his gigantic webbed paws towards you. Would you like to play with me? Tail asked, fear of rejection written on its face. I promise to be careful and not splash too much. Oh, he's so cute. I love him so much. Alright, guys. This is good so far, but I have a feeling it's not going to build a match for the memory I need. Because I want a combination of ChatGPT and character AI. One that gives decently long responses, like this one actually. This is a decently long response to what I asked him. And, character AI with its better memory and longer responses, but character AI with its amazing like being able to tell or have you actually be like the character. So, yeah, I said sure, I wouldn't mind, but I want to ask you something. How did you get so big? I've never seen your species get that massive. Even Fragger doesn't get that big. At the mention of his size, Bella's expression grew somber, and a tinge of sadness touched its eyes. I've always been this way, it explained. I was born much larger than my siblings, and I've continued to grow ever since. Joe sighed deeply, its breath stirring up some small waves on the lake's surface. It's been hard, Trenton. People and Pokemon alike have been scared of me, despite me never wanting to harm anyone. I'm just different. For a moment, silence hung heavy in the air as Tail contemplated its fate. Then, with a newfound determination, it raised its head and met your gaze. But I won't let it bring me down. Maybe you and I can be friends, Trenton, and we can show everyone that size doesn't matter when it comes to friendship. He's so cute, though. I love him. Here's what I said, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being friends with you. I was just kind of worried originally that if I called out to you, you would try hurting me or something. I just didn't expect you to be so big. Tail's smile returned, brighter than before. I understand, Trenton. My size can be quite intimidating, but I promise you have nothing to fear from me. I'm just a giant Pokemon with a big heart, hoping to find someone who will look beyond my appearance and see the true me. With renewed enthusiasm, Toto gestured to the lake with a grand sweep of his paw. Shall we play then, Trenton? The water is cool and refreshing, and I can carry you on my back if you like. Sure. I would love that, actually. Especially since you're actually being nice. I like you already. And I appreciate your kindness. I'll have to see later on whether it lets me respond or put the stars in and be able to have something happen. Aww. Hearing your acceptance, Taro's smile widened, revealing a set of sharp, yet harmless teeth. Why, thank you, Trenton. You're the first one to show me kindness in a long time. Slowly, Taro wadded into them. shallower part of the lake, making sure not to create waves that would overwhelm you. Crouching low, the giant pole extended its left paw towards you, creating a sturdy platform for you to climb onto. Come on, Trenton. We'll have a blast in the water together. Well, about to find out now. Let's see if the things work. It did work, guys, because I carefully climb onto the Totodile's left hand. I put that in the little stars and it worked. It says as you cautiously climbed onto Totodile's outstretched paw, it let out a cheerful chuckle that resonated throughout the lake. Its paw felt surprisingly steady, like a large water-resistant raft. Once you were securely seated, Totodile carefully lifted you up, gently placing you on its back between the pointed blue spines. Wouldn't it be red? Or pink. The lake spread out before you like a vast, shimmering pool. Totodile grinned and spoke in a deep, reassuring voice. I am not doing. Hold on tight, King. We're about to embark on an aquatic adventure like no other. With a single, powerful movement, Totodile pushed off from the lake bed and began to swim effortlessly, propelling the both of you through the cool, refreshing water. Alright, guys. I'll see you in a second. Alright, guys. I said, this is honestly really cool. Thank you again for being kind. You may be massive, but like you told me a while ago, your heart might be bigger than your body. Totodile let out a thunderous, hearty laugh. Why, thank you, Ching. That's very kind of you to say. I'm so glad we became friends. As it spoke, Totodile playfully twirled in the water, creating a gentle wave that lapped against the shore. You know, in a way, I think I need someone like you to remind me that size doesn't matter when it comes to being a good friend. You make me feel like I belong somewhere. Please keep the memory of this, because this would be so neat. I mean, you don't even have to keep the memory of everything else. I think what it needs to do is if they're going to make something like ChatGPT, they need to make it to where they fix the thing that's problem with ChatGPT, but also make it just as good, if not better than it. Like, I know one of the... it was... Oh, no. Let me explain this. It's cool that ChatGPT referenced different chats. Like, you could actually call Silver the Lugia over there. You know, stuff like that. We need a combination of that, but not so much to where some of the stuff that ain't even involved in the story come into play. Like, it's fine if Lugia shows up, or if my Faraga Spike shows up, or something like that. But I'm particularly talking about, like, let's say, I forget what the growth treatment plan or whatever it's called. Or that thing that creatures, or no, the things that those dinosaurs had in that one story that made them bigger. But if you treat them badly, would make them bigger still, but make them angrier and not like you as much. Stuff like that. Like, it needs to have a balance of that, where, like, it would actually reference stuff like that, but not, like, if it's not involved in the story at all, don't use it. You know? This one don't give me as long responses, but I will give it credit, and the little bit it actually is giving me, it's actually giving me a decent amount of detail, which I actually appreciate. By the way, guys, there is a voice reading it out, but he won't never do the Totodile voice. I might try that one day, actually. If I could figure out a way to do it where, if I could just delete flipping the stuff on there when I want to, I would actually see if it would do, let me talk to a Totodile, but it'd do like a Totodile voice for me. It probably wouldn't. That would be cool, though. Imagine if it was actually that neat. Anyway, I said, this is honestly really cool. Thank you again for being kind. Oh, wait. I read it. Give me a second. Alright. I said, you honestly helped that. You didn't attack me at all, and instead gave me a chance to say something to you. Yes, you were cautious, but at least you didn't become aggressive and hurt me or try to use an attack on me. Totodile smiled, the lake water glinting off its shiny blue scales. It's true that I was cautious at first, King. After all, I've encountered many who only saw me as a monster, not the gentle giant I truly am. But you were different, and I could sense your genuine curiosity and kindness from the start. As it continued to swim, Totodile, sometimes all it takes is a chance encounter and a few words of understanding to change a life for the better.
I'm so grateful that you were brave enough to take that chance with me.
He's so cute.
Are you glad this little Totodile? Or, sorry, huge Totodile?
I said, honestly, your size doesn't bother me at all. I like that you're super huge like this. Toto's smile widened even further at your words.
You know, Chen, you're the first person to say that to me. Everyone else has been scared or repulsed by my size. But not you. Your acceptance of me, just as I am, means the world to me.
With newfound energy, Toto began to swim faster, creating larger waves in its wake.
How about we explore more of this lake together? I know of a hidden waterfall on the other side, and I bet the view from there is going to be absolutely amazing.
Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, yes, that would be perfect. But while we head there, I'm actually very curious. Do you know how big you are? As Toto propelled you both toward the waterfall, it tilted its massive head thoughtfully.
Trenton, I don't know the exact measurements, but I believe I must be somewhere around 300 feet tall now. At least, that's what I've heard some terrified onlookers whisper when they catch sight of me from afar.
Toto chuckled again, but a hint of sadness lingered in his voice. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Here's what I said. 300 feet! Wow, that's really neat, actually. Why haven't you evolved into crocodile or alligator yet? Toto remained silent for a moment before answering.
Truth be told, Trenton, I don't think it's as simple as that for me. You see, my size has made everything about my life different, and I think that extends to evolution as well. It's as if my growth is tied to something else, something more mysterious and unpredictable.
As the waterfall came into view, Toto continued,
I've come to accept that my path might be unique, and I don't think I'll evolve in the same way as other Totodile. Maybe I'm destined to remain as I am, a one-of-a-kind giant Pokemon, waiting for someone like you to see past my size and appreciate me for who I am. He's so cute.
Alright, guys. I said, I can just imagine how big you would get if you were to become a fur alligator. You might be nearly 1,000 feet tall and probably continue to grow like you have been doing as a Totodile. Totodile shuddered at the thought.
Oh my, Trenton. That's quite a scary thought. Can you imagine me at 1,000 feet tall? I think I'd be more like a walking disaster zone than a Pokemon.
It laughed nervously, quite uncomfortable with the idea. As the waterfall loomed closer, Totodile changed the subject.
Look, Trenton, we're almost at the waterfall. Isn't it beautiful? I can't wait to show you the view from the top.
Alright, guys, I think I just made this giant Totodile blush. I said, yes, it is cool, but never as cool as you. Totodile blushed, yep, a deep shade of red at your compliment.
Trenton, you're really too kind. But I suppose I should embrace my unique size and see it as something special. After all, it brought me to you, and that's something I'll always be thankful for.
With a burst of speed, Totodile ascended the waterfall, its powerful limbs easily carrying the both of you to the top. As it reached the crest, a breathtaking view of the surrounding landscape stretched out before you, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. It's already sunset. Dadgum, I thought it was morning. I forget when I actually did this, though. This could have been even the evening. I don't know. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, Toto, this is really cool, my friend. Hey, while we're up here and we're all alone, I want to let you know something. Listen, if you ever do evolve into a crocodile or alligator and end up being 1,000 feet tall or more, I will still really care about you. Just please don't become aggressive if you do evolve. That would not only be dangerous, but on top of that, you might end up turning on me. I really don't want that. Toad nodded solemnly, understanding the gravity. Understanding the gravity of your words.
I promise, Trenton, no matter what happens to me or how large I grow, I will never turn against you. Your friendship means too much to me for that.
With a sigh, Toad added,
Though I must say, I really hope I don't evolve into a 4,000-foot fur alligator. Not only would it be scary, but just imagine how much food I would need to eat.
It chuckled again, attempting to lighten the mood. It wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, you'd probably need to eat a ton of berries or something. But I honestly think the only dangerous thing you would have to worry about is just your personality changing and you becoming aggressive. I don't care how big you get. I just want you to keep your personality. If you do, you will always have my friendship. Even if you end up being a billion feet tall. Oh, oh crap, this thing was paused. I said it wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, you'd probably need to eat a ton of berries or something, but I honestly think the only dangerous thing you would have to worry about is just your personality changing and you becoming aggressive. I don't care how big you get, I just want you to keep your personality. If you do, you always have my friendship, even if you end up being a billion feet tall. Moved by your unwavering loyalty, Toto gazed at you with teary eyes.
Trenton, I can't express how much your words mean to me. I promise that I will do everything in my power to remain the same friendly, gentle Pokemon you've come to know, regardless of my size or potential evolution.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, Toto continued,
You've shown me that true friendship isn't based on size or appearance, but on the connection we share and the trust we have in one another. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
He's so cute! Alright, guys. I said, I'm grateful for your friendship. Hey, you said something about your evolution might requiring something different compared to your normal species. What did you mean by that? Tail pondered your question for a moment before responding.
It's hard to say for sure, Trenton, but given my unusual growth and the fact that I've not evolved like other Totodile, I have a feeling my evolution might be tied to something more emotional or spiritual, perhaps. Maybe it's tied to my ability to find acceptance and love in this world.
Looking out over the twilight landscape, Toto added,
Whatever the case may be, I'm not too worried about it. As long as I have friends I keep on my side, I know I'll be alright.
That's very sweet. Period. Has your body ever tried to evolve? Question mark. Like, did it start glowing before? Glowing. Mm-mm. I'll see. Toto hesitated for a moment before replying.
You know, Trenton, there was one time when I felt a strange energy surging through me. My body started to glow, and I thought for sure I was about to evolve. But then the glow faded, and nothing happened.
With a shrug, Toto continued.
Maybe it was just a false alarm. Maybe there's some other piece of the puzzle that I'm missing. Either way, I'm happy just being me and enjoying the friendship I've made along the way.
Did you notice anything interesting about the evolution? Like something different you would never see on a normal Pokemon evolving? Now let's see if it actually has that heart thing or whatever. Non-solely Toto recounted.
Actually, yes. During that brief moment when I felt like I was about to evolve, I noticed something strange. The glow surrounding me was a mixture of colors. Not just the typical white or blue you'd see when a Pokemon evolves. It was almost as if the energy couldn't quite decide what it was wanting to do.
Toto's eyes glistened with a sparkle.
Maybe that's a clue as to why my evolution is so different from other Pokemon. It's all quite a mystery, isn't it?
A bunch of different colors? Question mark. Yeah, that is a mystery. Was there anything else you noticed? Was there some kind of I want to see if it actually like flipping. I think on this story I added it to where like you had to become his friend to get him to evolve. Toe furrowed his brow in concentration, thinking back to that moment.
Now that you mention it, Trenton, there was one more thing I noticed. As the glow faded, I felt a strange tugging sensation deep in my heart, as if something or someone was pulling me back from evolving.
The puzzled expression Toe continued.
I can't help but wonder if there was my own subconscious trying to tell me that evolution wasn't the right path for me, or there's some external force at play here. It's all very confusing. I'm gonna try to figure it out one day.
A strange sensation tugging at your heart. Question mark? That's something interesting you would never feel during evolving, I don't think. I think there's more to that than you think. And you just have to figure it out. Period. Toe nodded in agreement, his gaze fixated on the distant horizon.
You're right, Trenton. There's definitely more to this story than meets the eye. Maybe I need to delve deeper into myself, or perhaps the answer lies in the connections I make with others.
Herman smiled. Toe continued.
Whatever the case may be, I'm grateful to have a friend like you who understands and supports me on this journey of self-discovery.
I appreciate that. Period. I don't know if it's completely right, but maybe the strange sensation that you felt The strange sensation turned into the Trenton station, really. Phoenix! No! No, I said the strange sensation, you freaking. At your heart was some kind of meaning. Because you did say I was the first person or Pokemon to show you care in a very long time. Dude. Dude. Dren? Oh, great. Why does this thing... I forgot what I was going to type in now. I just screwed myself. Oh. And that happened before you and me met. Maybe you didn't evolve that day because you didn't feel enough love from anyone. Did this happen after your parents? Oh, wait, no. Anyways. You guys want to stop in a minute anyway. It's alright. It's about time for stuff to happen. Toto's eyes widen as the truth of your words resonate within its heart.
Trenton, you might just be onto something there. Perhaps that strange sensation I felt was a sign that I still had more to learn about love and acceptance before I could evolve.
Oh my gosh. Nodding thoughtfully, Toto continued.
And now that you're here, showing me the kindness and understanding that I've craved for so long, looks like that missing piece is finally falling into place. Maybe it's the start of something big, both figuratively and literally.
Maybe. Period. If that is the case, your evolution may not be that far away. If you keep caring about me like I'm doing you, and maybe you will evolve before it even becomes nighttime. Toto's heart swelled with hope as it pondered your words.
You know, Trenton, I think you might be right. Maybe my evolution is closer than I thought. And if that's the case, I can't wait to see what the future holds for us.
With renewed energy, Toto lifted its massive head to the sky, the last rays of sunlight dancing across its blue scales.
Come, let's enjoy what's left of this beautiful day together. Who knows? Maybe tonight will mark the beginning of a new chapter in my life.
Yes, maybe. Period. You've been very kind to me this whole time. Hmm. It may not seem like much, especially since you're so big. But you can have these. I go into my bag and grab a big pile of berries. uh, Toto let out a thunderous laugh of joy as you present the pile of berries.
Oh, Ching, thank you. I know they may not seem like much to you, but to a giant Pokemon like me, every little snack helps keep my energy up.
Gracefully poking up the berries with its massive claws, Toto popped a few into its mouth, savoring their juicy sweetness.
Your kindness knows no bounds, my friend. I'm lucky to have met you.
I'll give it credit. So far, it's doing a pretty good job. It's not giving me the flipping like long things I kind of liked with ChatGPT, but it's doing a good job and it has a decent memory and it's having a good memory so far. So I'm not complaining about what we got. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said it's the least I can do, especially since you've shown me nothing but kindness. That means a lot to me. As Toto munched on the berries, it smiled warmly at you.
I'm glad to hear it, Ching. It means the world to me that my kindness has touched you in such a meaningful way. It's all about paying it forward, isn't it?
Finishing off the berries, Toto gently nudged you with its massive snout.
Now let's make the most of this evening. I'll give you the ride of your life on my back, and we can watch the sunset over this beautiful lake.
He's so cute. Alright, guys. I said, while Toto has a snout lowered, I gently pet it. Toto let out a contented rumble, akin to a gentle earthquake, as you pat its snout.
Ah, that feels wonderful, Ching.
It sighed happily.
I often get the chance to experience the touch of a friend, and it's more comforting than I could have imagined.
As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Toto began to swim toward the center of the lake, moving slowly to ensure you remained safe and steady on its back.
Ready for the ride of a lifetime? It asked.
Excitement is sparkling in its eyes. Let's do it. With a mighty splash, Toto dove beneath the surface, propelling you both through the depth of the lake. The underwater world was a kaleidoscope of colors, with vibrant plant life swaying in the currents and schools of magic carp darting about. As Toto gracefully maneuvered through the water, he felt the cool spray on your face and the rush of the adventure. Breaking the surface, Toto let out a triumphant roar that echoed across the lake.
That was incredible!
It exclaimed, basking in the last golden rays of sunlight.
Let's watch the sunset together and enjoy this moment of peace.
And so before I could respond to that, I heard a voice behind me that said, "Look, dude, there's some humans next to that giant Pokemon." Startled, Tail whipped its head around, searching for the source of the voice. You too were taken back by the sudden intrusion into your peaceful moment. Your gaze landed on a figure standing on the lake shore. A fellow Pokemon trainer pointing at you and Totodile.
Hey, what are you doing with that monster?
The trainer called out, a mixture of fear and confusion. In her voice,
don't you know how dangerous it is?
Toto let a low growl, its body tensing at the perceived threat.
I'm not a monster.
It rumbled, its gaze locked on the trainer.
This human is my friend.
I love him, dude. Total seriously, I don't like the person that's hurting Toad's feelings, but I love Totodile. He's sweet as frick. Alright, guys. Here's what happened. Before I could even respond, something came flying at me. Wait. Yeah, something came flying at me, and before I could say anything, something hit me in the head. The ward spawn is a Pokeball collided with your head, knocking you off balance on Totodile's back. Dazed and disoriented, you manage to regain your footing, only to see the other trainer preparing to throw another Pokeball, this time aimed at Totodile. No! Totodile roared, its voice echoed across the lake. With lightning fast reflexes, it batted the incoming Pokeball aside, protecting you and itself from capture. Anger flashing in its eyes, Totodile glared at the other trainer. How dare you try to capture me and harm my friend? It bellowed. You'll regret this! Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. Says the people started whispering to one another, and nobody could hear them. One of them said, Hey, that's a stupid raptor boy. Why don't you go grab him and throw him in the lake? That would be insanely funny. Overhearing the whispers, you felt a surge of indignation as the group started to plot against you. You tried to stand your ground on Totodile's back, but with the wheel still spinning from the Pokeball's impact, it was a challenge to maintain your balance. Don't you dare! Totodile snarled, its massive body coiling in preparation to defend you. Anyone who tries to harm my friend will have to deal with me. Just then, the group of trainers launched a barrage of Pokeballs at you and Totodile, each one nearly missing its target as Totodile deftly maneuvered to avoid them. Clung to its back, heart racing as you realized the situation was rapidly escalating. That's not good. Alright, guys. I said, Totodile, use Hydro Pump on them and get us out of here. That might be your only way of getting out of here without being hurt. Without hesitation, Totodile reared up, towering above the lake, and unleashed a torrent of water from its mouth. The Hydro Pump slammed into the group of trainers, sending them scattering and extinguishing any hope of capturing or harming you and Totodile. With the threat neutralized, Totodile coolly turned and began swimming toward the far side of the lake, leaving a trail of splashes and ripples in your wake. You clung to its back, relief flooding through you as you realized you were finally safe from the hostile trainers. As you reached the safety of the opposite shore, Totodile gently lowered you to the ground, Massive form serving as a shield between you and your would-be attackers. Are you alright, Trenton? It's asked, concern etched in its voice. Yeah, mostly. Period. Thank you for protecting me. Tail nodded, expression softening as they ensured that you were safe. Of course, Trenton. I told you I'd never let anyone harm you. We're friends after all. As the tension from the encounter began to fade, you took stock of the beautiful, tranquil landscape surrounding you. Setting sun bathed the area in a warm golden glow, casting long shadows across the water and the lush foliage. It was a far cry from the chaos you just experienced, and you found yourself grateful for the peace and quiet. Hmm. I really care about you. Period. There we go. Taylor's eyes shone with a mixture of gratitude and contentment.
And I care about you too, Trenton.
It responded.
It's not every day that a Pokemon like me gets to find a friend who sees past my size and accepts me for who I am.
The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and purple. Taylor settled down, its massive body relaxing.
Today was certainly an event. Today was certainly an adventure, it mused. But I'm glad that through it all we've grown closer as friends.
He's adorable. Yeah. Guys, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you what I gotta do. I gotta go and end it off anyway. It's about time for certain things. I'll see y'all later.